Okay, folks, this is the third day Rowland High School District Board meeting. It looks like they're coming out to engage the public, and it looks like we have a pretty good group of people tonight. I'm not quite sure exactly what all this is about, but we're going to find out shortly. It'll be entertaining. And we have a few poignant comments from the Rowland Heights Advocate, which I'm sure everyone will enjoy. Okay.
Are you the first one here tonight?
Okay, I just talked to George. I'm trying to get him to take over my job here. He's a CPA.
Hey, this one's off, so it's that.
How are you? Nice to see you. Good to see you. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know. Okay, so that's what I was going to tell you. So there's already a candidate set up next to that camera.
I talked to him. He's going to take over my job.
I think it was a showcase. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can step back and that'd be great.
What are you shooting with?
What's it?
60?
I got some long to go. Was in a box. Finally,
You're just taking this cover to them?
I got all kinds of things, stuff in this bag I never use, all kinds of stuff like that. I never use shades and stuff.
Tonight, we spotlight a school in our district. Will be Ibarra Academy, and I'm going to invite students Katrina Minaya and Isabella Soto up to lead us in the flag salute.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job. Thank you very much. We have nothing to report out from closed session tonight. We have board recognitions. I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Mitchell.
Perfect. And I, in turn, am going to turn this over to Frank Chang and Miriam Kim, who will, if you please come to the podium so we can honor our students. Would you like to sit down for the show? Dennis, where you're at.
Good evening, members of the board, Mrs. Superintendent, audience. I'd like to share with you about our first annual 29th Senate District Student Art Competition. The theme was Beauty of Culture, and this year Senator Josh Newman of the first annual California Senate District 29 Student Art Competition. With such diversity in the Senate District, Senator Newman wanted to recognize and encourage artistic talent in our young constituents. This year's theme was the beauty of culture. The competition was open to students in grades K through 12. The first place winners in each division will have their art displayed in Senator Newman's California State Capitol office for 1 year. The second and third place winners of each division will have their art displayed at the Senator's District Office in Brea for 1 year. And the winners were recognized at an open house student art reception at the Brea office in September. So we have our first place winner is Danielle Carter. Danielle, come on up. Danielle is currently a junior AP art student at Rowland High School. She was recognized for receiving first place in the California Senate District 29 Beauty of Culture Art Competition, which is open to all students in the surrounding area. Danielle's artwork focused on the beauty of her own family's culture. Her artwork will be hung on display in Josh Newman's State Capitol Building office in Sacramento for 1 year. We would like to recognize Danielle's continued development of skill and talent within the visual art program at Rowland High School, conveyed throughout the artwork she creates. Congratulations. Is Ms. Bates here by any chance? No, okay. I would like to welcome the second place winner, Victoria Kozak, if you can come on up. Victoria? No? Well, I'm going to go ahead and read this anyhow, just so we can recognize Victoria. Victoria is currently a senior AP art student at Rowland High School. She was recognized for receiving second place in the California Senate District 29 Beauty of Culture Art Competition, which is open to all students in the surrounding area. The artwork focused on the beauty of diversified culture. Her artwork will be hung on display in the Senator Josh Newman's office in Brea for 1 year, and we would like to recognize her for her continuous skills in art and development at Rowland High School. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chang.
Good evening. I know we're very proud of our secondary friends, but we also have a winner in our elementary division as well. And Evangeline Kim, I know you're here. Come on up. She brought her entire family. And the principal here is here as well, Ms. Magana, to support her. So Evangeline is a 4th grader at Killian Elementary School. Her artwork titled Best of Two Worlds received a 3rd place recognition at the California Senate District 29 Beauty of Culture Art Competition, again sponsored by Senator Josh Newman. Evangeline found a way to represent the culture of both her parents, Chinese and Korean, in her artwork. This is the very first time Evangeline has won an art contest, but she's been drawing since she was very young. Congratulations.
In the future, is it possible when the students win art contests, if someone has a picture of the drawing that we can display, that would be awesome. Thank you.
The art, as was mentioned, are currently in those offices, and so Mitch Grunier, the principal at Rowland High School, and Karen Magana, the principal at Killian, and I were at the reception, and I neglected to take a picture of the art to be able to do that. So, but it is displayed. We saw, and they're beautiful.
Okay, now I want to thank Ibarra Academy for providing our refreshments for tonight's meeting. All their parents, staff, and community members who took part in this. Now, one of my favorite parts of the meeting is a spotlight on the campus. We do that every month. As I mentioned, it is Ibarra Academy, so I'm going to ask the whole crowd of Ibarra people to come up to the podium. The principal, Annette Ramirez, assistant principal, Jason Garcia, IB coordinator, intervention specialist, Monica Gutierrez, teacher on special assignment, Jackie Robinson, ASB president, Katrina Minaya, and ASB vice president, Isabella Soto. So they're going to provide a brief highlight into what's going on at Ibarra Academy.
Thank you. Good evening, Rowland Unified board members, Dr. Mitchell, cabinet members, Rowland educators, and community. I'm Annette Ramirez, principal of Ibarra Academy, an international baccalaureate gold ribbon school. I'm so excited to be able to share with you some of the highlights and happenings at our school. First, I'd like to welcome back Katrina Manaya, Ibarra 8th grade student and ASB president, and Isabella Soto, Ibarra 8th grade student and ASB vice president. They're going to share about a student's perspective on life at Ibarra.
Good evening, Rowland Unified board members, Dr. Mitchell, cabinet members, Rowland educators, and community. I'm Katrina Manaya, Ibarra 8th grade student and ASB president.
And I'm Isabella Soto, Ibarra 8th grade student and vice president. We would like to highlight 3 Ibarra student experiences that make our school an amazing place to learn.
At Ibarra, the teachers and staff have a very special way of making you feel at home. With a wonderful learning environment and students that are so enthusiastic about learning, we were able to become a California Gold Ribbon school.
Here at Ibarra, we encourage innovative learning, including using our innovation lab, working with robots, and green screens. We also use apps to work on while at school. Just the other day, our very own Miss Robinson coached our teachers on using Google Slides and Schoology.
Ibarra Academy is a school of the arts, so we use extracurricular activities, including drama club, sports, cheer, and ASB.
We also try to help the community and world needs by fundraising.
Some fun events we do throughout the year are dances, sports rallies, festivals, and fairs.
Thank you for this opportunity.
And now a few friends have also joined us to share on how we are positively impacting student learning at Ibarra Academy. Our first being Ms. Jackie Robinson, Rowland Unified TOSA at Ibarra Academy.
Thank you, Mrs. Ramirez. I'm very fortunate to be at Ibarra Academy full-time this year. We have a lot of exciting things happening in our classrooms, including a focus on inquiry-based learning, an increase in instructional technology, and innovative learning opportunities for all of our students from TK through 8th grade. This year we have started an innovation lab, and this is an environment where many students can come and try out some of the following things: flexible seating, the engineering and design process, Genius Hour, STEAM activities, coding, digital creations, project-based learning. I can go on and on. It's endless possibilities in our innovation lab. In this type of environment, as well as their own classrooms, our students are working on problem-solving skills, collaboration, being creative, expressing and acting on their own curiosities as we focus on inquiry. Also, working on our growth mindset is a big focus that we've been working with our students on. We also have an innovation club this year, so the students come to the lab, they learn a lot of new skills and strategies and tools, and then they go back and teach their own class as well as their own teachers. Overall, Ybarra continues to work on developing students who are inquirers, problem solvers, innovators, and creative thinkers. I would like to now introduce Monica Gutierrez, our IB coordinator.
Good evening. At Ybarra Academy, we are an international baccalaureate primary years program school, which provides knowledge, concepts, skills, personal attributes, and the capacity to take action which students need to be successful 21st century learners. Teachers at Ybarra Academy collaborate to incorporate an engaging curriculum, focusing on the whole child as an inquirer to support their academic needs and take responsibility for their own learning. And now I'd like to introduce Assistant Principal, Mr. Jason Garcia.
Good evening. I just want to take this time to highlight our wonderful parent community, because it really wouldn't be Ybarra Academy without our parents. We truly believe that it takes a collaborative effort between the school and the home for our students to really excel and succeed. Our PTSA and parent community go above and beyond our students, volunteering countless hours at our school, helping us with a variety of things from our Harvest Festival, our Math and Literacy Nights, and raising money for technology and helping coordinate multiple events on our school site. They always make student learning a top priority, ensuring that each one of our students receives a quality education in a supportive, loving environment. So we just want to highlight them and recognize them for all their wonderful support that we do at Ybarra Academy.
As always, thank you so much for your support, because none of this could happen without your support and your visit, so we really appreciate that. And thank you for me. Thank you.
I'd like the students to stay up just for a second. You girls did a fabulous job tonight, from the Pledge of Allegiance to your report you just gave, and it was so nice alternating, one was speaking on the other. We really enjoyed it, so thank you again, and keep up the good work. I hope you stay busy with ASB and leadership, because you're off to a good start.
Thank you.
Mitchell, would you give the superintendent's report, please?
I sure will. So October is a very busy month. There are lots that's happening in the month of October, and we are running. I first would like to start by thanking our board for your continued diligence and support to promote and plan for student and staff safety. Our staff has been reviewing personnel, positions, equipment, and procedures to establish best practices to provide for the safety of our students, our staff, and our facilities. The revised position from District Security to District Patrol was recently approved by the Personnel Commission, and the recruitment to fill these new postings has begun. Additionally, in July, as the board knows, the Personnel Commission completed a recruitment to provide additional campus aid and safety positions on our campuses that support our students and our schools. Tonight, the board is being asked to approve an agreement so that the district can properly place security camera systems throughout the district to replace equipment that is outdated, as well as increase the number of devices on our campuses and at all of our district facilities. This work is in combination to improve lighting and alarm systems. Additionally, we continue to build strong relationships with our local law enforcement, including the sheriffs at both City of Industry and Walnut Diamond Bar, and the West Covina Police Department, all that serve the cities where we have our schools. Today, all schools and departments completed a radio and safety check to ensure all working equipment and review the roles and responsibilities in the event of an emergency. This is done on a regular basis, but in this case was also in preparation for the Great Shakeout Drill, which will be held on October 19th. I look forward to keeping the board informed of our progress in the area of improving safety and security measures throughout our district. Also, I'd like to share with the board and with our community the great success of the RUSD LA County Fair partnership. For the second year, Rowland Unified participated in the Big Yellow Bus program with the LA County Fair, and we had phenomenal results. RUSD is excited to report that 18 out of 19 schools participated. One school it was when we were in the middle of the heat wave, and so one school felt it best for their youngest learners not to be out in the heat during that heat wave at the fair, and so they had, we needed to cancel that trip. Transported 3,143 students. Our buses traveled 1,711 miles back and forth to the LA County Fair. So we want to thank Jim Burleson, Mary Cassian, who happens to be in our audience tonight, and our team of bus drivers from transportation for this huge effort, along with our partnership with Rowland Council PTA and Michelle Santos with Rowland Council PTA, who coordinated with our schools, as well as all of our community members who came out and supported the Big Yellow Bus program. Also wanted to make sure everybody has on their calendar that Rowland High School classroom building opening or grant ribbon cutting will be October 19th. So the Board of Education invites the community to the grand opening ceremony and the VIP tours to the new classroom building at Rowland High School, which will take place on Thursday, October 19th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. As you may know, it's a two-story, 35,000 square foot classroom building. It features 22 classrooms with the latest technology and learning environment for our students and for our teachers. So please come out and join us on the 19th for that. Buckboard Days Parade and Festival is October 21st. So we're excited to participate again this year in the 45th Buckboard Days Parade, which will be Saturday, again, October 21st. And last but not least, we want to save the date for Connections to the Future. So our seniors that participate in our senior seminar program are preparing for the 23rd annual Connection to the Future. It will take place on November the 9th, and it will be hosted at Nogales High School. A couple student highlights I want to make for the board and for our community. Alyssa Tran is an 8th grade student at Oswald Academy, and she is the middle school essay winner for the Harnessing Natural Resources contest supported by the Youth Science Center. She will be honored at the Youth Science Center Gala on October 22nd, held at Friendly Hills Country Club, and she has received an award check of $300 for her essay called Algae Biofilm. There we have it. In the news also, we have some sports pieces that last Sunday night on Channel 4 News with Fred Rogan's Heroes, a story called Frankie the Flash, appeared about Nogales High School athlete Frankie Guevara. He had an interception around 106 yards in the Nogales versus Rowland football game to score his touchdown. So it was quite, watching the evening news and saying, I was there. And then Nogales High School football player Josh Lopez was named SoCal Prep's Legends of the Week in the San Gabriel Valley Tribune last week. So congratulations to 2 student athletes.
Thank you, Dr. Mitchell. Now we move on to my second favorite thing of our board meetings, and that's our student board representatives reports. We try to change the order each time so the same person doesn't go first. So tonight we have Nogales High School student Emma Flores, who's the ASB president at Nogales High School.
Good evening, Madam President, Superintendent Dr. Mitchell, members of the Cabinet, members of the audience. My name is Emma Flores, and I am the ASB Executive President, and I am here tonight to represent Nogales High School. This past month, we have done an amazing job with putting on events for our students. Our first event of September was our Welcome Back Rally, which was a huge success. Our Welcome Back Rally with the theme of Glow in the Dark acknowledged all of our sports, performing arts, and clubs on campus. The following event at our school was Back to School Night. Once again, it was a great event. We had many parents and students show up. We also held the RUSD College Fair at our school. The College Fair was a great opportunity for students to gather information on any colleges that were present. Not only were they there to gather information, but there was also food sold, and students had a chance to win a basket full of school supplies from different colleges. We had an informational sessions for parents to attend, and it was hosted by our district counselors, and books were distributed to each student that attended.
The RUSD College Fair was a packed house with students across the district, and it was a success. The following day we had our Club Rush, which was ran by our very own ASB. The Club Rush is where we had many of our clubs put on a booth to advertise and also raise for their clubs. The purpose of a Club Rush is to give students the opportunity to see the different clubs that are being held on our campus, and so that they can also get involved and be connected to the campus life. All freshmen were invited to attend a Link Crew tailgate party to kick off our first home football game on September 15th. In front of the NPR steps, our Link Crew leaders had a game barbecue for our freshmen prior to the game. It was a fun-filled event and a great way to kick off the first home league football game. Over 150 freshmen attended the event. Then we have the students that were recognized at our first Honors Awards night of the year, this year, on September 6th, for earning perfect attendance, for making the high honor roll, principal's honor roll during the spring 2017 semester. The World Languages Department held a Hispanic Heritage Month celebrations for September 15th through October 11th, with a lunchtime activity every week starting on September 15th. Celebrations included Danza Azteca, Aztec dancers, bailes Latinos, Latin dancers, bailes folklorico, folklorico dances. Our very own folklorico dancers performed, and Herencia Latina coordinated the games and fun activities. In addition, each day there was readings during the morning announcements and the famous Hispanic people who have made a difference in our world. The second annual Senior Luau was held on September 27th. Seniors who purchased their tickets for $15 were treated on a night of live music, polyester dancers, and great food. At the second annual Senior Luau on September 27th at 6 p.m., over 200 students dressed in Hawaiian attire attended. This was a great way to kick off the senior year. Students were nominated and recognized for the Student of the Month and the Noble Pride Awards by their teachers on awards night, which took place on October 4th. It was a great turnout. Students were photographed with Mr. Nasu and proudly displayed their award that evening. Another event celebrated at Nogales High School was the Battle of the Tracks, which Nogales kept the trophy for another year. Battle of the Tracks was held at Rowland High School. Nogales had a very respectful noble dungeon that had great sportsmanship and spirit. The homecoming game took place on October 6th with a great win for Nogales as they beat Gladstone 58-0. ASB put on an amazing halftime show that concluded with the crowning of the homecoming queen, Angelique Martinez. As the fireworks lit up in the sky, it was a packed night in the gym for the homecoming dance, with over 615 students attending, which was the highest ticket sales at Nogales High School. That concludes all the events for the month of September. Thank you for your time and undivided attention.
Thank you, Emma. Next from John Rowland High School, we have Nicholas Phillips, who is the ASB Speaker of the House at Rowland.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Mitchell, and members of the audience. My name is Nicholas Phillips, and I'm the student representative for Rowland High School. Since the last board meeting, the month of October has been a very busy month for Rowland High School. The first event we had was Senior Barbecue, which was on September 15th, where seniors were able to bring their ID card and senior attire to get a free veggie burger or hamburger, depending on their preference. After this event, on the week of the 25th to the 29th, Rowland probably had the busiest week they will ever have in the school year. This week was our homecoming week. To begin with, during this whole week, we had spirit days, which students can dress up and show their participation and school spirit. These dress-up days were Monday, Big Mistake Monday, having students wear all wacky and mismatched clothing. Tuesday, Triplet Tuesday, where students can twin with 2 other people. Wednesday, Workout Wednesday, where students can wear workout clothes. Thursday, Throwback Thursday, where students can wear 70s, 80s, or 90s attire, and Friday, Flashy Friday, and showing your school spirit by wearing gold clothing. Many of these spirit days are new ideas such as the Big Mistake Monday, Triplet Tuesday, and Throwback Thursday. And all these ideas were very successful, with Throwback Thursday being the day with the most participation ever, according to some teachers on campus. In addition to all this, every day during lunch, we had some type of rally or event. On Monday, we had our Battle of the Tracks rally, where our football team and cheerleading squad went up to try to promote our homecoming game. On Tuesday, we had our Top 6 rally, where the homecoming Top 6 nominees were able to do a little dance, slightly embarrassing themselves, to show off their moves and to promote voting. Wednesday, we conducted our very first sing-along. I know, a sing-along sounds very weird and boring and childish, but it was the exact opposite. It was like a flash mob where ASB played music, and then all of a sudden they jumped onto the tables and started dancing to the songs. However, it wasn't only the students that participated on these dancing on tables. We convinced some of the teachers to dance on the tables and sing songs of their era, and it was overall a very enjoyable and major success that will definitely be continued throughout the years. On Thursday, we also had a new idea where we had staff versus teacher volleyball match. Or staff versus student volleyball match. Students came and watched their teachers get destroyed by our fellow classmates. And finally, that leads us to Friday. On Friday, Rowland held our annual Blue and Gold Homecoming Rally, where we hyped a homecoming game up. Then at that night, we had our homecoming game. Despite unfortunately losing against our Nobles, both teams had amazing participation and spirit, and our homecoming halftime show was very successful. During this halftime show, the homecoming queen, Hannah Chung, was revealed, and we had a firework show to congratulate all the nominees for being nominated. The homecoming king, on the other hand, which was yours truly, was revealed at the homecoming dance on the 30th. This year, our theme was Oscars Dancing in Gold. I believe the theme really contributed to the dance's success, because this year we had the highest attendance ever, with 632 people attending. Everyone enjoyed the dance and can't wait to the next one. Even our PTSA, who served food, had a blast. The next event we had was our Fall Sports Rally on October 6th. We recognized all our fall sports teams and gave them a chance to advertise for their next game. This concludes what had happened over the last month since we had saw each other, but this doesn't stop here. Tomorrow we'll have our senior candy buffet, where we'll give seniors free candy if they wear their senior attire and bring their ID card. On Saturday, we will have our band field show from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. with tickets only costing $5 with ASB and $10 without. Next week, we have another Spirit Week, being Character Awareness Week. On each day, we promote students to wear a certain color to represent a certain trait. Monday, we are promoting blue to show trust. Tuesday, yellow to show respect. Wednesday, orange to show unity and fairness, and to complement our anti-bullying month. Thursday, green and purple for citizenship and responsibility. And Friday, pink and red for family and caring. This week is all about building character and kindness, so we are having our world languages collect donations for the Children's Hospital that was damaged in Mexico City from the earthquake. In addition to all that, we will be selling pink shirts to promote the awareness of breast cancer. The following week, the 23rd to the 27th, is Red Ribbon Week. This week, we will also have a Spirit Week, and with a little theme for each day to discourage students from using drugs or abusing alcohol. Monday is Wave Goodbye to Drugs, wearing Hawaiian. Tuesday, Peace Out Drugs, wearing tie-dye. Wednesday, Be Clean, Be a Meme, wearing a joke costume from the internet. Thursday, Team Up to Fight Up Against Drugs, wearing jerseys. And Friday being Get Rid of Drugs, wearing red. Then on October 19th, we will have the opening of our R building. During this, anyone who wants can visit and see the new addition to Rowland High School. Also on this day is a parent conferences, and whilst parents are visiting the new building, they can talk to our teachers and get a feel on how their children are doing. On October 21st, Rowland is also helping in the Buckboard Day Parade to help facilitate everything. In addition, our fall play is also coming around. It is called You Can't Take It With You, and the opening nights, as of right now, are November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. The prices, however, are still being determined. Then we'll have another senior event called Senior Rec Night. This is in our gym and is Monday, November 6th. That's November 6th at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Here, seniors can take a break and relax and enjoy themselves through November 17th. Half of all the donations will go to a leukemia foundation, and the other half will go to a scholarship from Mr. Koifman to one of our seniors. As you can see, Rowland continues to provide many opportunities for students to become thinkers, communicators, and contributors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. And last but not least, we have Santana High School student Greg Garcia, who's the ASB president.
Hello everyone. We have some exciting announcements about what's been going on in ASB. Back to school night is next week and we are almost done finishing up our Day of the Dead skulls that we've been decorating. They are looking great. We have some really talented students working on them. We are also getting ready for Red Ribbon Week later on this month, and who can forget Halloween. The students are making boograms to pass out, and we are going to have a Halloween dress-up contest with movie ticket prizes and classroom pumpkin decoration contest, as well to crown the winning classroom with a pizza party. Last but not least, back to school night is around the corner, and we are working on making it an exciting event for students and their parents. It will be Dia de los Muertos theme, and we have some fun activities planned out and decorations, including a Day of the Dead altar honoring great people who are no longer part of the living. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Didn't these students do a great job? When everything is going on, you have a lot more fun than I did when I was in high school, I know that. Yeah, and when do you study? That was my second question. Good job. Thank you. We appreciate you coming to our meeting. Okay, next we have public comments. Do we have any, Dr. Mitchell? We have one. Roy Humphreys?
Okay, as always, thank you for all the good things you've done, and of course the young man let the cat out of the bag because multiple complaints were brought to me, especially by the horse owners in the area, and said, who had the audacity to come with that fireworks program? And I won't belabor that. Miss Evankamp has horses before, and you know what that type of situation involves and with these animals and the surrounding people. We also note that they updated the Bond Oversight Committee's website with the minutes there, all except for one. And this goes to the issue of failing to provide microphones and audio recordings for the Bond Oversight Committee so that they can get things correct, and which is a shortchanging of the community in the 21st century, and of course we have nothing to hide. It also goes to a core value of respect. The Bond Oversight Committee continues to be the unwanted stepchild, which is glaring in spite of many changes. It also goes to the core values as to the committee and to the community. Three of the board members here were at State Senator Newman's presentation, where he repeatedly used the word transparency several times as to a key to gaining the trust of the people. Yes, it is what those on this side of the table view transparency is, not those who have something to, potentially something to hide. Last but not least, I had a discussion with a clinical psychologist and about my offer to the district/board to disappear forever if they would just take over the video recording of the various public meetings. And she said to me, oh, Roy, they love you, they need you, but they can't bring themselves to say it. And then she thought, because, you know, otherwise it would just be crazy to pass up a deal like that. And all the board and COB, that's Bond Oversight Committee videos can be seen on my YouTube channel. Just go and type my name. And George, the guy, had a much better camera, and I'm trying to recruit him to take over the job. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Humphreys. I forgot to tell you, you only have 3 minutes, and you know the drill. Next, we move to our public hearing section. regarding the La Puente Valley ROP program. And last month, a member of the audience asked for more information for a public hearing, so the audience really knew what their role was. So tonight, I would like to tell you that Rowland Unified maintains 3 high schools that participate in the La Puente Valley ROP. The Education Code requires that we review the number of students participating in ROP and that we determine if there are any ways we can increase the number to best meet the needs of our 11th and 12th grade students as we prepare them for college and career. This public hearing is available for the community to provide input regarding suggestions to increase participation in ROP if so desired. And we start the public hearing at 6:41. Are there any public comments to make on this subject? Seeing none, I close the public comments at 6:42. And next we'll move on to our annual report on student participation in the La Puente Valley ROP program. And I'd like to tell you that there will be no motion on this, just a discussion and a report, which we will file afterwards. So, Dr. Mitchell, will you introduce our speaker?
I will, certainly. And so this evening, it's my pleasure to have the superintendent of the La Puente Valley ROP present to share a few words with our board. So, Maura Morabito, please.
Thank you. Thank you, board members and superintendent and cabinet and community members. It's once again a pleasure for me to be up here and let you know that La Puente Valley ROP proudly serves Rowland Unified. We're very happy to be part of your CTE delivery system. You can see at your places we have given you some propaganda. We have these brochures that we created all about our career technical education courses at Rowland Unified. So if you have any questions about our services, our programs that we offer, any suggestions, comments, or complaints, please always, my door's always open, my phone's always on, and let me know. Any questions?
Board, any questions? Mrs. Pride?
Thank you for being here today. And I do want to just say that the La Puente Valley ROP is moving ahead very energetically, and we appreciate the energy that you've given to this program, and I do feel like it's taken on a new life. So thank you for all your hard work and making sure that the programs are not only what our students want, but also what they need in order to prepare for the future. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome. It's our pleasure.
Mr. Malkin?
I noticed on one of the documents that you've increased quite a bit the classes offered from last year to this year, but especially in grade level 6 through 8. What was done in grades 6 through 8 differently this year versus the previous years?
Sure. So we have a summer program. And so that summer program gives your 6th through 8th graders an opportunity to see what their high school ROP classes might be like. It's twofold. It creates enrollment for your CTE classes in your high schools, but it also tries to keep your students within Rowland's district. So if we get them engaged in CTE in 6th through 8th grade, we can then keep them engaged in those same CTE programs in your high schools.
And the other question is, I know when Dr. Mitchell does her presentation regarding the state of the schools, the job market's constantly changing. We don't know what the jobs are going to be in the future.
Right.
How does that impact what you offer?
That's a great question. So we are required to make sure that if we offer a class to Rowland Unified or any of our partner districts, that there is a job market for our kids when they get out. And as you know, we're preparing kids for jobs we don't even know that they exist. So we want to make sure to incorporate critical thinking skills, application based on theory. But certainly there is that job market component that must be there before we offer a class.
Thank you.
Of course.
Also, I know they did a study when I was on the ROP board. It was an extensive study asking for what the jobs were for the market. They found out that a lot of the jobs that kids were wanting to go to were popular classes, but they really weren't useful jobs for the job market. So they tried to adjust their schedule to allow more for those classes.
Right, our mission is to prepare them, not to make sure that they have a great time. Hopefully we can do both.
Thank you for all that you do, and I've been able to observe a lot of classrooms, and really exciting to see the teachers challenge the kids, and the kids are enjoying it, and they're going to be better for it, so thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for joining us tonight. One thing I'd like to point out is the ROP is more visible in the community, and a lot more people know about it. Because facing propaganda. Yeah, so it ROP.
We do, and it's because of the support that we get from our partner district boards as well, and we recognize that. We appreciate how active you all are in our support.
Now, it's much more understanding of what ROP offer.
Thank you.
For the benefit of the audience, could you give us a feel for whether the students for Enroll in Unified are increasing in the Puente Valley ROP? Is it staying about the same? Or?
We're increasing enrollment. You can see on our report that we increased our certificates, so by 176 certificates. Our classes increased by about 8 sections, so that's about a teacher and a half. So yeah, we're definitely increasing at this point.
It's growing. Okay. There are no more questions. Thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you for
tonight.
having me.
Next, we'll have the first reading and review of revised board policy 6176, weekend and Saturday classes. There'll be no motion required. Are there any questions about this policy?
I have one. When I look at the numbered items for the weekend classes, continuation classes, mainly gifted classes, makeup classes, and program for regional occupational center. Would tutoring fit in there at all, or that would not be the purpose for this?
It would not be for the purposes of tutoring, but for enrichment opportunities.
And the other thing is, I'm really happy to see on the second page, because we have such a diverse community, that students shall be excused based on religious beliefs on Saturday classes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see that added in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of the board, now this will be read again a second time next month.
Correct, and we'll bring it back to the board at our November 14th meeting for approval, second reading and approval.
And if there are any questions or wanted revisions, the board should contact you.
Correct, or share it with me at this time.
Okay. Are there any corrections that you see that you want changed? Okay, now we'll move on to the next item. Next, we have a memorandum of understanding between the Rowland Unified School District, Ed Services, and the University of Laverne. Dr. Mitchell, would you take this one?
Yes, we need a motion and a second for then go to discussion.
The motion is to approve the new memorandum of understanding between the Rowland Unified School District and the University of Laverne beginning October 13th, 2017.
I'll make a motion.
Any discussion?
So I have a discussion piece to start now, if I could take it. Is that what you go? I'm part of the discussion, so perfect. So first, and there will be time for the board to ask questions as well, but we are very pleased to engage and enter into this memorandum of understanding with the University of Laverne. Frank Chang, our Director of Secondary Education, has been very instrumental in developing this relationship and working with the University of Laverne. This evening, we're quite pleased to have two members of the faculty from University of Laverne. We have the Dean of Admissions, Dr. Ted Eckel, and the Assistant Director of Admissions, Matthew Reinhardt, who are here with us in the audience. So please step to the podium if you'd like and share a few words about our new Memorandum of Understanding.
Good evening. thank you for the opportunity to talk a little bit about the PACE agreement that you have before you. I'll keep it brief. The PACE agreement stands for Partnership for Access to College Education. Its goal and its mission is to provide quality and affordable access to college education for your students in the district. We do that a couple of different ways. The first are tangible benefits. So we waive the application fee for all of your students. We know the application fee can be a barrier for some of your students to even apply to college, so we waive that. We guarantee admission to any student who meets our minimum qualifications, so they're guaranteed admission to the University of Laverne. And third, and most importantly, we guarantee a minimum of a $10,000 scholarship per year for your students for 4 years. It's renewable for up to 4 years. So that provides the access and the affordability. But in addition to that, we also recognize that some of our students and parents don't have the social and cultural capital to understand the college admission process, to navigate that labyrinth sometimes. So we're providing to the district, your staff, your administrators, the students and the parents, a series of webinars, a series of in-person workshops, and to help with different topics. For example, how to write a quality college essay, or affordability. How do you afford the college experience? What is it like to be a first-time college freshman? These types of questions that we don't address with just the logistical piece of application fee waivers and test scores and so forth. So we're really trying to bridge both the access and the affordability piece for your students. We think it's a strong program, and we do appreciate your consideration of partnering with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can answer any questions if you have.
Board?
I'm an alumni from Laverne. I won't say what year though. But I do want to commend you. Thank you, first of all, for the opportunity to even have this partnership. Second of all, I'd like to commend the university as a whole in just the growth that has occurred over the last numerous amount of years since I was a student there. It's really, really changed.
I won't ask what songs are from your era.
Yeah, don't.
When the student said that, I almost passed out.
Either today. But when I was a student there were a lot of gaps with programs such as the ones that you're speaking of now. So it's been great to watch the, in the alumni letters and things over the past few years, especially to see all the changes in the outreach that's occurring to students from different backgrounds and different cultures, and making sure that the families are involved. And that's a critical point that's missing so often. So I really am excited about this, and I thank you guys again for the opportunity to partner with you on this, and go Leos.
We appreciate that. Over 50% of our student body is first generation. We're a Hispanic serving institution, so we know the needs as well as everybody here. So.
Over 50%? Wow.
Absolutely.
Mr. Malkin?
I was going to just address what you just mentioned there. I want to thank you and Laverne, and I want to thank Frank for taking the lead on this to get this going. We have a large number of McKinney-Vento or homeless children in our district, and a large number of students whose parents have never gone to college, and these would be the first time that somebody in their family will be going to college. So an opportunity like this can open doors, break down barriers, for so many young students. This is just a wonderful program. And thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you.
I also just wanted to say thank you so much for this opportunity for our students. It's outstanding. So thank you.
Is there a limit to the number of students you'll admit under these
Absolutely
conditions?
not. If you meet our minimum qualifications, you're guaranteed admission to the university.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay, board, we've had our discussion.
I'm sorry. That's right. Yeah. Thank you for the offer, not only tuition plus the scholarship for $5,000 for that. And can you describe a little bit what is your standard admission requirement and GPA or what that math?
Yeah. We actually we read holistically, so when we evaluate a student and their application, we we don't have like a certain set GPA that we go by. We always take into consideration schools, We also take into consideration extracurricular activities and so forth. So that the GPA is pretty open-ended. Our average GPA for an incoming freshman class is always around a 3.5. But whenever I address students, I always mention that's just that, an average. So we work with students that are 2.8, 2.9, 3.0. For the minimum qualifications for the SAT, we're working off of the 980 combined math and reading, and either a 19 ACT composite as well, either or. And then we take what are called super scores. So if a student is able to take a SAT once or twice, we will take the highest score in any setting. We won't average them out or anything like that. And then one thing I just wanted to address as well, this was a good question brought up by one of the partnering districts, is there's no financial commitment from Rowland Unified. We're not, there's no, we're not asking for any type of money or anything like that. This is entirely on behalf of the University of Laverne. So no financial commitment or anything like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's no, okay. Yeah, keep trying to cut you off. I'm
Do
sorry.
you have any other school district competitors? You offer any other school district?
We don't like to think of it as competitive.
Yeah.
We have this agreement is signed with about 25 other school districts from across the state of California. So from up the Bakersfield all the way down into San Diego County.
It's very nice. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Any more discussion, board? Those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Next, we have a memorandum of understanding between Rowland Unified School District, Ed Services, and Azusa Pacific University. May I have a motion that we accept this, that we ratify this memorandum of understanding between Rowland Unified District and Azusa Pacific University beginning October 13th of 2017.
I make a motion.
Dr. Mitchell, you can lead the discussion.
Perfect, thank you. Unfortunately, a representative from Azusa Pacific University was not able to be with us tonight for our board meeting. They are having an event to honor this MOU as well as others that they have with other school districts on a date in November. So we are getting some more information about that. But Frank Chang is here to answer any questions that you have. He's been our constant communicator in the development of this memorandum of understanding between our district and Azusa Pacific University.
Good evening. I'm here to answer any questions that you might have.
Frank, did you go to the universities or did they come to us to tell us what they had?
I went to the universities, and
Wonderful.
gentlemen such as Mr. Reinhardt was very open, and so the process was very fluid, but at the same time, just the communication with both of the schools was fantastic, and they made every effort to help our students and move this thing forward.
Will this take effect for the graduating seniors this year then?
Yes, because it is, when the board approves tonight, it is effective tomorrow, and so it would be effective for our current seniors, and they would be able to take advantage of this opportunity.
And for all three high schools?
Yes, as any student within the Rowland Unified School District.
Ditto what I said last time.
The opportunity in this memorandum and the information that the University of Laverne has shared are mirrored. They have different admissions processes. They're two different and separate universities. But the opportunity for our students, and in the conversation that Mr. Chang has had, looking at the scholarship amount and so forth, Azusa Pacific University is offering that to our students as well.
Seeing no more discussion, we'll have a vote. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We ratify the new memorandum of understanding on this item. So, thank you very much for coming, and thank you, Frank.
Sure. Yeah, if you and the board, just, yeah.
For purposes of supporting the University of Laverne, they're here tonight for their advertisement. Can we ask the board to come forward?
we have to go like this.
Yeah, okay, I'm okay. There you go. So you two don't have to face you can look each other all day long and let us stand next to each other. There you go. Thank you so much. Just a couple, just a minute. And for your voice. And all that stuff. And then. Do you want one to tweet? Sure. Did you get one to tweet? Alex, would you take one to tweet? Sorry, we have to do social media. There we go. Alex is going to do one more. It's going to go out to his followers too.
Where's Mary? Thank you.
All right, perfect. Thank you again.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm along with Angela. I'm alum at University of Laverne too.
You coming to homecoming?
I'm not. I've done a lot of our high schools here. I can't dress up as all those things anymore. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I will. Yeah. Whichever.
Okay. We have item 7E, revision of unaudited actuals. The board is being asked to approve the revised unaudited actuals, the DAT file reflecting an updated entry. May I have a motion to approve this revised unaudited actuals DAT file reflecting an updated entry for GASB 8068? Discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, the Los Angeles County Committee on School District Organization election. May I have a motion to vote for no more than one candidate for each vacancy of the Los Angeles County Committee on School District Organization County Committee?
Prior to motion, sorry to, this doesn't, there are two supervisor areas, and there is one that is running unopposed. There is one where we need to take a vote. So what we do need in this motion is if a motion from the board to approve one of the two candidates for the one supervisor district or a write-in candidate, as well as to approve the second that is running unopposed. And that information was provided in your packet. And I have those names should you need them. You need them?
So for the motion, right?
Yes. So we're looking for a motion to either approve Maria Calix, who is the incumbent that is in the second supervisory district, or Margie Garrett, who is also running for one seat in the second supervisorial district. In the third supervisorial district, it's AJ Wilmer, and he is the incumbent and running unopposed. Wilmer.
So we vote on this even though we don't live in that supervisorial district?
Correct. As a school district within LA County and participating with LACSTA, Lynn Evankamp, you are a representative to LACSTA. And so Lynn, the board could choose not to vote. If that was the choice of the board, that would be fine as well. Lynn has the responsibility to vote representing our district, and she can do so by electronic submission after the board has taken action. So we can choose to vote, even though this position is not within our group. They do still sit as a board and decide and discuss issues regarding district configuration and district boundaries as it relates to school districts that are looking to become unified or to break apart and be secondary districts versus elementary districts, etc., as well as districts that are wanting to combine perhaps two unified districts wanting to become one larger district. Oftentimes you may have heard in the news there's been some discussion years ago about LA Unified and should it be a single district or multi-districts and so forth. Also, there's some areas around the LA. It's these folks that you are looking to vote for that would hear that and would make recommendations and decisions regarding the desires.
So do I understand correctly to say that we take a vote tonight, and then I carry that vote forward to.
That is correct. Yeah, you're getting direction from the board in terms of how you should vote representing our board.
And should we break it into two motions?
You may, if you'd like. That is up to the board. So whoever makes a motion, you can make a motion to vote just for the second supervisorial district first. Again, the third is running unopposed, and unless the board has brought forward a write-in candidate or a desire not to vote for somebody in that district, it may be something to take in a single action, a single motion.
You can just read that out.
I'd like to move to the one that's not opposing anyone else. That's the second division. That's the one I would like to move for, because nobody.
So you're moving to not oppose, to vote yes on that candidate.
That's the third division, third supervisorial district, sorry.
AJ Lum. So that's a motion. Can I have a second? For AJ? I'll second it. Oh, thank you. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, AJ's in from our board. The next one is, I need a motion to approve one of two candidates, either Marie Calix of the second district or Margie Garrett of the second district for the election with Lexington.
Yes, this is for the Los Angeles County Committee on School District Organization for terms beginning in 2018. And this is a position for the second supervisorial district. And it's Maria, as Mrs. Evankamp has said, it's Maria Calix, who's the incumbent, and Margie Garrett for a write-in candidate.
I think you could also, since you don't know either candidate, if you want to give me the authority to cast that vote, maybe I could find out more about the two candidates.
The information has been provided in the packet regarding, they both had bios and so forth that you was available on the website to be able to review and was in your packet as well. So you may have some information regarding the two.
I looked them up also. They're two extremely different people as far as the backgrounds. One's Calic is very heavy into finance background and was with the Centinela Valley School District. Sparked my interest. Her background was in finance and was from Centinela Valley. Ms. Garrett, her background is heavily into education, especially in the Compton area with minority students in the district. So they're quite extreme difference in their backgrounds. I personally was pulled more towards Ms. Garrett because of her background and her training.
You want to make a motion? Hey, David, you want to make a motion to?
I'll make a motion that we support Ms. Margie Garrett.
I second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Good work, David. Thank you. Next, we get to pupil. My mouth is getting dry now. Pupil personnel. I need a motion to readmit student number 16-1710 to the Rowland Unified School District effective October 13th of 2017 with placement at Nogales High School.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now we come to the consent calendar. There were two items pulled from consent. Item number 9B27 and IB28 from consent, and those items were pulled for separate discussion, so we will vote in a block for the remainder of the consent calendar items. Can I have a motion to accept the calendar minus the two items that were pulled?
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, item number 9B27 is a contract agreement between Rowland Unified School District, Ed Services, and Mount San Antonio College. Mrs. Pride pulled this because of a conflict of interest with her work. there any discussion, or need a motion to approve this contract agreement number 2030 between Mount San Antonio College and the Rowland Unified School District for use of the Feddersen Recital Hall on May 5th? Need a second? Any discussion? That's Carrie. Any discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Recused?
And recuse, and just for the record, for transparency's sake, whether it's my department or not, anything related to Mount SAC, I will recuse myself.
So the motion carried 4-0 and a 1 recusal. The next item is number 9B28. This is a contract agreement number 2034 between Rowland Unified School District Ed Services and Mount San Antonio College to approve this contract agreement for use of the Sophia B. Clark Theater on December 15th of 2017. Can I have a motion? Second?
I'll second.
Mr. Malkin, second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Recused?
Aye.
4-0, 1 recused. Motion carried. Next is a settlement agreement with Rowland Unified School District. Oh, I'm sorry. We're still in good. Okay, now we'll move on to the conference section. And today it's Ms. Friedman's turn to start.
Good evening. I first wanted to say that I enjoyed Ibarra's presentation. In fact, I saw Mr. Flores and I saw the innovation lab where the K students were interviewing Mrs. Ramirez with a green screen. And the Dean of Laverne was here, and I think that's a great thing. Thank you, Frank. What a great opportunity for our students. I still am in shock. That is like so great. Okay, it's been a very, very busy month. I visited a whole bunch of schools, and I saw many wonderful things. I saw what a great job building services did during the summer. Great teaching and learning is happening in all of our schools. All students were engaged, including high school students. Today at Oswald, I saw our counselor teaching a class about college. They went online to get ideas. He will teach all the 7th and 8th graders at Oswald, and that's outstanding. I saw the TK aides working with the students. In fact, today I saw one teaching a student how to use a scissors. We take so much for granted. And here she was going like this, and she didn't get it, and she was helping her to how to do the scissors. I thought that was very nice, very good to see that. Rowland High School, with all the construction, seems to be going, everything seems to be going smoothly. Very impressed. Nogales High School Second Chance Breakfast is working out great. The students are participating and picking up after themselves. The floor was immaculate when they were done eating. Principals picked up a paper if they saw one on the floor. All campuses were extremely clean. Everyone seems to take pride in their campus. I could go on and on because I saw excellent lessons, etc. So please check my Twitter page, Donna F. for Kids, to see all the wonderful things I observed by going to visit the classrooms at our schools. I posted a lot of pictures, including fantastic bulletin boards. I actually just hit over 1,000 posts. Rowland Unified School District College Fair at Nogales High School. It was so crowded. What a great turnout. Over 30 colleges were present. It was wonderful. What a great thing to have for our students and parents. The breakout sessions were amazing with great topics being taught by the counselors from all over our district. It was outstanding. I attended the Walnut City Day at the fair. Also, the IB team came to Nogales High School. Shay Loman helped take cardboard boxes to Jellic for Nancy Buck's new project with her students, Kane's Arcade. The video was amazing on YouTube. I went to the textbook viewing, Student Leadership Guide book, outstanding for the ASB students to be learning this. I also attended the CAL-SSD in Sacramento meeting, and I attended the CSEA monthly meeting. I was able to thank the classified staff for a great job they do and all they do for our students. We are fortunate to have them, and I heard that conferences went very well at the elementary schools yesterday, and we have a great school district. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Friedman. Mr. Chen?
I'd like to congratulate the winners of the Beauty of the Culture by Josh Newman's office, and glad that you couldn't attend the award ceremony at Josh Newman's office. That was you didn't catch the airplane that day. And I'd also like to thank Frank Chen, and you attract the universities like Vernon and the Azusa Pacific, and that will benefit a lot of our families for moving to college, because the $10,000 financial aid is very important to lots of families. And keep working on that and get more universities to support our kids. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chen. Mrs. Pride?
Real short. This has been a busy month for me at work. Have not had a lot of opportunity to attend some of the events, but I do want to say again that the partnerships with Azusa Pacific and Laverne are just fantastic, and those are really going to benefit our students. So I echo the thank yous on that. And then the Battle of the Tracks game, /Rowland Homecoming, was great, and congratulations to Nogales Nobles on winning the football game. We had a good time at the tailgate beforehand as well. So thank you, and I will see you guys more over this next month.
Mr. Malkin?
I feel inadequate after the presentation at the beginning of the meeting with the students in the bar, I tell you. But I'll try to match up with them. I want to thank everybody for their prayers and get well wishes following my recent surgery. Words of support really do make a difference and hastens recovery. I also want to say that I was sorry that I did not attend the study session that we had the other day, or the other week, but was glad that I was able to watch the video online. I must say the video was much more informative than just listening to an audio of that session. Normally at this point in the meeting, I share my comments about what I did in the past month. This time I want to try a different idea. Normally we did approve the consent items as one packet, and they don't get highlighted in any way during the meeting itself. And I feel there was a lot of important things in the consent packet, and I just want to comment on that quickly. At the consent items after this evening that we approved, 7 items were mostly contract agreements to provide services to our students that address mental health and well-being issues. We approved mentoring programs with Cal State University, LA, Loyola Marymount College, Cal State Dominguez Hills, and GEAR, G-E-A-R, to allow students who are majoring in the fields of counseling, including MFT and MSW, to provide services to our students. We also approved the contracts for the mentors for these students. The addition of these mentoring programs, along with our existing counselors and psychologists, will greatly expand the counseling services to our students. We also approved a contract in the consent items for Meet the Masters, a program that brings arts, or the A in STEAM from STEM, to introduce different painting techniques and masters of the past. This will bring art to life and bring arts to our students. And we also approved a contract for Mind Growers, a parent support group, and THK, Teachers for Healthy Kids, that work closely with FRC to help our parents to assist their child in our schools. These are just a few examples of the items that were in the consent section, that even though we did not spotlight them, they are very important in helping our students achieve and our parents to be the best they can in their child's education process. And I have one other thing I must add, is next Saturday is Blackboard Day.
Whoa!
And you have to carve up before you march in the parade, otherwise you're going to get very tired marching in that parade. And I do have some pancake breakfast tickets here for anybody who wants to carve up before the parade. We'll have the pancake breakfast right out at the beginning of the parade route from 7 to 11. Or if you like to have your business card on this placemat that everybody will be eating at, you can buy a placemat business card at for $25. And this is a nonprofit, so unpaid announcement. Thank you.
No selling. I do have a question about your comments about the consent calendar. Were you asking for something, or were you just recapping the consent calendar?
It's just that there are so many good things in that consent calendar that provides services to the entire student that goes beyond just the teaching aspects. And I just wanted to highlight that we are supporting the entire student and the family.
I understand. Okay, it's my turn. Everybody had their turn, right? I too have started my visitations to the various campuses, and I went with Donna today to 2 schools. And she mentioned something she saw. One of the things I saw was a little TK student that was acting up. And he was having a little tantrum because there were 3 kids that wanted to be at the same place in line. And the teacher was diplomatically working with them to figure it out, and ended up everybody was fine. He was in the middle, and there was somebody in front of him and behind. So they have to learn even as young as TKs. You know, I'm really impressed by our students, how they're busy, but they're giving, and they have so much on their shoulders. You know, these kids didn't even mention if they're involved in sports or other things, and I'm sure they are. You know, the ASB keeps them really busy. And we're really helping to raise some good people. I'm hearing good things about Rowland Unified. I'm hearing people that want to come work here. The morale of our staff is improving as each day goes by, especially this year. I remember 2 years ago with Common Core. Everybody was dreading coming. They didn't like it. They didn't want to work with it. They didn't want to learn it. And now it's become a way of life, and everybody is really taking it and running. And it's showing our students are in the classroom. You can see the work that's being done. Welcome back, David. We missed you last time. Yes, the Buckboard Days Parade is coming soon. Rowland will be well represented. We have bands, we have cheer, we have the Gold Ribbon Schools, we have RCPTA, we have the Board of Education, we have all kinds of things. So please come and watch, and come to the festival afterwards and stay, because it's a lot of fun. And last but not least, it's a great thing to see how much this district is doing for the benefit of our students. You may not hear about it when people come up here and talk necessarily, but people are going above and beyond and really working hard to see that our students have a good future and that they graduate as high as possible in our classes. So thank you very much for coming tonight. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion adjourned.
Now, are we going to allow this, Tom? No. Okay, open mic. Anybody want to be a star? Huh? You could be a YouTube star in the sky. Yes. Do I open mic? This is your chance.